to invite up a wonderful speaker, Freda Huson. Freda is a member of the Unistoten Camp spokesperson and a land defender who's been affirming traditional laws and governance on her land. The Unistoten Camp has built a cabin in the pathway of 7 different pipelines. Freda was named one of Al Jazeera's top 5 heroes of 2014. Everyone, put it together for Freda Huson!
First of all, I'd like to thank the Indigenous people of these lands for allowing me on your territory. I guess all of us have one point or another have experienced racism in this state. And the only way it's going to change is if people don't stand for it. If you're being discriminated against by a retailer, demand to speak to their manager. Don't allow that treatment. I've been doing that for many years, and it makes a difference when I feel like I'm being discriminated against or I've been falling around wrongfully in a store. And I just pointed out to them that you're doing it because of my skin color. And I believe that's the only way. If we allow people to treat us, then that's the way we're going to be treated. Because in my early years, when I just permitted it, people would always do that to me. But now I walk around with confidence, proud of who I am, where I came from, and don't stand for people mistreating me. I speak out right away and tell them that I don't stand for this. I spend a lot of money here. I want to see your manager. And I don't know how we could change the border crossings, but we've had, for the last 4 years, they have an A, B, C lineup, and then the line C is all people of color. And every one of the people in line C are held up for long periods of time for no reason at all. They say they're looking for arms, contraband cigarettes, and drugs, and I don't even have a criminal record, and yet they take my car into the impound and search it every time I pass the border. And that's just discrimination, just because of who I am and what I do, because I speak my mind and stand up. My whole life I stand up against bullies, and I'm still standing up to bullies today. So more people need to speak out, stand up, and defend somebody. If you see somebody being wrongfully treated, speak up for them, because maybe they don't have a voice. They've been squashed so many times through racism, discriminations, and silence so many times that from the people that oppress us, and they don't have a voice. And if you have a voice, stand up when you see somebody being discriminated against. It's only then we will see change, when we don't allow it to happen. The one thing that we're doing right now is a bigger project that we're making the next phase after we've built our cabin and bunkhouse. We've got a project that we're doing, and we're going to build a healing center, because the state has done everything in its power via residential schools and children in care by taking the Indian out of our children. We're going to develop a healing center that's going to put the Indian back in our children so that we can have a strong nation once more. Because if the Indians back in the children, they will be connected to the land, they will be whole spiritually, culturally, and mentally. And then they will be so connected to the land that nobody can remove them from their land, and they will protect it so that it will be there for the generations to come. We're going to start construction, and we run a 3-week construction camp in May, the first 3 weeks, where volunteers from all over the planet come up and spend 3 weeks in our camp. And we now have a fundraising campaign online going to try and raise the funds for the material, and sometimes building establishments donate materials, and we're going to get the structure started. And my niece is graduating in May with her PhD in psychology, and her dream is to work in this center and help our youth so that we raise strong youth. And we have Action Camp coming up this July. It will be the 6th annual Action Camp. It's July 8th to the 12th, and You can find it online on unisdatdencamp.com or Facebook, unisdatdencamp. We have probably have about 200 people from all over this planet that come to join their voices, share their ideas on how we could better protect our lands for the next generations to come. So hope to see you people there.
One more round of applause for Freda!